Om Gana Timirandasya Gananjana Shilakaya Chaksurumilitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Caitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Kadati Swapadantika Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sadrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Sabadutam Prijana Sahita Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha Vanchakalpa Trubhischa Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah Nam Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Shanyavari Paschatya Desatarane Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama I'm reading, continuing from chapter 1 of the Ancha Lila, where Rupa Goswami came to Vrindavan. Meanwhile, following the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami returned to Vrindavan. He desired to write dramas concerning the pastimes of Lord Krishna. In Vrindavan, Rupa began to write a drama. In particular, he composed the introductory verses to invoke good fortune. Purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur quotes from the Nataka Chandrika, where it is written, similarly in the 6th chapter of the Sahita Darpana, it is said, this is all Sanskrit, the introductory portion of a drama which is written to invoke good fortune is called a Nandi Shloka. In this way, to Gaudadesh, Rupa Goswami had been thinking how to write the action of the drama. Thus he had made some notes and begun to write. In this way, the two brothers Rupa and Anupam reached Bengal, but when they arrived there, Anupam had died. Report, formerly when a person died, it was commonly said that he had attained the shelter of Mother Ganga, even if he did not die on the bank of the Ganges. It is customary among Hindus to carry a dying person to a nearby bank of the Ganges, for if one dies on the bank of the Ganges, his soul is considered to reach the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, wherefrom the Ganges flows. Rupa Goswami then departed to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for he was very eager to see him. There was some delay because of the death of Anupam, and therefore when Rupa Goswami went to Bengal to see the devotees there, he could not get in touch with them because they had already left. In the province of Orissa, there is a place named as Satyavamapur. Srila Rupa Goswami rested for the night in that village on his way to Jagannath Puri. Write a separate drama about me, she said. While resting in Satyavamapur, he dreamed that a celestial beautiful woman became before him and mercifully gave him the following order. Write a separate drama about me, she said. By my mercy, it will be extraordinarily beautiful. After having that dream, Srila Rupa Goswami considered, it is the order of Satyabhama that I write a separate drama for her. I have brought together in one work all the pastimes performed by Lord Krishna in Vrindavan and in Dwarka. Now I shall have to divide them into 2 dramas. Thus absorbed in thought, he quickly reached Jagannath Puri. When he arrived, he approached the hut of Haridas Thakur. Out of affectionate love and mercy, Haridas Thakur told Srila Rupa Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already informed me that you would come here. After seeing the Upalabhoga ceremony at the Jagannath temple, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would regularly come to see Haridas every day. Then he suddenly arrived there. When the Lord arrived, Rupa Goswami immediately offered him obeisances. Haridas informed the Lord, this is Rupa Goswami offering you obeisances. And the Lord embraced him. Caitanya Mahaprabhu then sat down with Haridas and Rupa Goswami. They inquired from one another about auspicious news and then continued to talk together for some time. When Caitanya Mahaprabhu inquired about Sanatana Goswami, Rupa replied, "I did not meet him. I came by the path on the bank of the Ganges, whereas Goswami Sanatana came on the public path. Therefore we did not meet. In Prayag I heard that he had already gone to Vrindavan." Rupa Goswami next informed the Lord about the death of Anupama. After allotting residential quarters to Rupa Goswami, Caitanya Mahaprabhu left. Then all the Lord's personal associates met Rupa. On the next day, Caitanya Mahaprabhu again met Rupa Goswami, and with great mercy the Lord introduced him to all the devotees. Srila Rupa Goswami offered his respectful obeisances on the lotus feet of them all, and all the devotees by their mercy embraced him. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, "You should both show your mercy wholeheartedly to Rupa Goswami. May Rupa Goswami, by your powerful mercy, become so powerful that he will be able to describe the transcendental mellows of devotional service." Thus Rupa Goswami became the object of love and affection for all the devotees of the Lord, including those who came from Bengal and those who resided in Orissa. Every day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go to see Rupa Goswami, and whatever prasadam he received from the temple he would deliver to Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur. He would talk for some time with them both and then leave to perform his noontime duties. In this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealing with them continued every day. Thus, receiving the transcendental favor of the Lord, Srila Rupa Goswami felt unlimited pleasure. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking all the devotees with him, performed the Gundicha Marjana, washing and cleansing of the Gundicha, he went to the garden known as Aitota and accepted prasadam at a picnic within the garden. When Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami saw that all the devotees were accepting prasadam and chanting the holy name of Hari, they both were greatly pleased. When they received the remnants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prasadam through Govinda, they respected it, and then they began to dance in ecstasy. And the next day, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Srila Rupa Goswami, the omniscient Lord spoke as follows: "Do not try to take Krishna out of Vrindavan, for he does not go anywhere else at any time." The Krishna known as Yadu Kumara is Vasudeva Krishna. He is different from the Krishna who is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Yadu Kumara Krishna manifests his pastimes in the city of Dwarka and Mathura, but Krishna, the son of Nanda, never at any time leaves Vrindavan. This is from Laghu Bhagavatamrita, was included, 15461. After saying this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to perform his noontime duties, leaving Srila Rupa Goswami somewhat surprised. "Satyabhama ordered me to write 2 different dramas," Srila Rupa Goswami. "Now I understand that this order has been confirmed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Formerly I wrote the 2 dramas as one composition. Now I shall divide it and describe the incidents in 2 separate works. I shall write 2 separate invocations of good fortune and 2 different introductions. Let me think deeply about the matter and then describe 2 different sets of incidents." Purport: the 2 works are the Vidagdha Madhava and the Lalita Madhava. The Vidagdha Madhava describes pastimes in Vrindavan, and the Lalita Madhava describes pastimes in Dwarka and Mathura. During the Ratha Yatra ceremony, Rupa Goswami saw Lord Jagannath. He also saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing and chanting in front of the Rath. When Rupa Goswami heard the verse uttered by Lord Chaitanya during the ceremony, he immediately composed another verse dealing with the same subject. I have already described all these incidents, but I will still wish to briefly add something more. Generally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited the verse while dancing and chanting before the Ratha, and no one knew why he was reciting that particular verse. Only Swarup Damodar Goswami knew the purpose of which the Lord recited that verse. According to the Lord's attitude, he used to quote other verses to enable the Lord to relish mellows. Rupa Goswami, however, could understand the intention of the Lord and thus he composed another verse that appealed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That very personality who stole my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlit nights in the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breezes are blowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover, yet still my mind is not happy here. I'm eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva, under the Vetasi tree. That is my desire. This is recited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My dear friend, now I have met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It is very pleasant, but I would still like to go back to the bank of the Jamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within that forest of Vrindavan. After writing this verse on a palm leaf, Rupa put it somewhere in his thatched roof and went to bathe in the sea. At that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there to meet him, and when he saw the leaf pushed into the roof, he saw the verse, he began to read it. After reading the verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was overwhelmed by ecstatic love. At that very time, Rupa Goswami returned, having finished bathing in the sea. Seeing the Lord, Srila Rupa Goswami fell flat in the courtyard to offer obeisances. The Lord slapped him mildly in love and spoke as follows. My heart is very confidential. How did you know my mind in this way? After saying this, he firmly embraced Rupa Goswami. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took that verse and showed it to Swarup Damodar for him to examine. Then the Lord questioned him. How could Rupa Goswami have understood my heart? The Lord asked. Swarup Damodar replied, I can understand that you have already bestowed your causeless mercy upon him. No one could otherwise understand this meaning. I can therefore guess that previously you bestowed upon him your causeless mercy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, Rupa Goswami met me at Prayag. Knowing him to be a suitable person, I naturally bestowed my mercy on him. I thereupon also bestowed upon him my transcendental potency. Now you should also give him instructions, in particular, instruct him in transcendental mellows. Got the potency. Prabhupada said that, like Lord Chaitanya, anyone who even saw him would just become a devotee. He said Rupa Goswami also had that potency. He said, the Prabhupada said, I don't have that. I have to work very hard. So think of our position. Sarup said, as soon as I saw the unique composition of this verse, I could immediately understand that you had bestowed upon him your special mercy. By seeing a result, one can understand the cause of that result. This is from the doctrines of Nyaya, or logic. I was just going to... River Ganges, flowing in the heavenly planets, is full of golden lotus flowers, and we, the residents of those planets, eat the stems of the flowers. Thus we are very beautiful, more so than the inhabitants of other planets. This is due to the law of cause and effect, for if one eats food in the mode of goodness, the mode of goodness increases the beauty of his body. Well, that should be a big selling point today. Everybody wants to, main concern. After the 4 months of Chaturmasya, Shravana, Bhadra, Asvina, and Kartik, all the Vaishnavas of Bengal returned to their homes, but Srila Rupa Goswami remained in Jagannath Puri under the shelter of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One day while Rupa Goswami was writing his book, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu suddenly appeared. As soon as Haridas and Rupa Goswami saw the Lord coming, they both stood up and then fell down to offer him their respectful obeisances. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them both and then sat down. The Lord inquired, what kind of book are you writing? He held up a palm leaf that was a page of the manuscript. He saw the fine handwriting and his mind was very pleased. Thus being pleased, the Lord praised the writing by saying, the handwriting of Rupa Goswami is just like rows of pearls. While reading the manuscript, Caitanya Mahaprabhu saw the verse on that page, and as soon as he read it, he was overwhelmed by ecstatic love. I'll read it. Tunde tundavali ratim vitatune tundavali labdaye karna kroda kadambini gatayate karnar bodebhya spriham chetak prangana sangani vijayate sarvendriyanam kritim no jane janitaki adviramritai krishneti varna dvai. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. We then desire many mouths, many, many. And when that name enters the holes of the ear, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind, and therefore all the senses become inert. This is included in the Vidagdha Madhava, the 7-act play written by Rupa Goswami on the pastimes of Krishna and Vrindavan. When Caitanya Mahaprabhu chanted this verse, Haridas, upon hearing the vibration, became jubilant and began to dance while praising its meaning. One has to learn about the beauty and transcendental position of the holy name of the Lord by hearing the revealed scriptures from the mouths of devotees. Nowhere else can we hear the sweetness of the Lord's holy name. Purport. It is said in the Padma Purana, Atakshi Krishna Namadi Nabhaved Grayam Indriyai, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu also. Chanting and hearing of the transcendental holy name of the Lord cannot be performed by ordinary senses. The transcendental vibration of the Lord's holy name is completely spiritual. Thus it must be received from spiritual sources and must be chanted after having been heard from a spiritual master. One who hears the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra must receive it from the spiritual master by oral reception. Srila Sanatana Goswami thus has forbidden us to hear the holy name of Krishna chanted by non-Vaishnavas, such as professional actors and singers, for it will have no effect. It is like milk touched by the lips of a certain, as stated in the Padma Purana, Avaishnava Mahadgaram Putim Hari Catamritam Shavanam Naiva Kartavyam Sarpo Chistam Yatapaya. As far as possible, therefore, the devotees of Krishna consciousness movement gather to chant the holy name of Krishna in public so that both the chanters and the listeners may benefit. Wonderful purport. Thus Caitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami and left for the seaside to perform his noontime duties. On the next day, after visiting the temple of Lord Jagannath, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya Ramananda Roy and Swarup Damodar, they all went together to Sri Rupa Goswami, and on the way the Lord greatly praised his qualities. When Caitanya Mahaprabhu recited the two important verses, he felt grave pleasure. Thus, as if he had 5 mouths, he began to praise his devotee. The 2 verses referred to are those beginning with Priyo Soyam and Tunde Tundavali. Just to examine Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Ramananda Roy, the Lord began to praise the transcendental qualities of Srila Rupa Goswami before them. Characteristically, the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not take seriously an offense committed by a pure devotee. The Lord accepts whatever small service a devotee renders as being such a great service that he is prepared to give even himself, what to speak of other benedictions. Supreme Personality of Godhead is known as Purushottam, the greatest of all persons, has a pure mind. He is so gentle that even if his servant is implicated in a great offense, he does not take it very seriously. Indeed, if his servant renders some small service, the Lord accepts it as being very great. Even if an envious person blasphemes the Lord never manifests anger against him. Such are his great qualities. This is from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.1.138 by Rupa. When Haridas Thakur and Rupa Goswami saw that Caitanya Mahaprabhu would come with his intimate devotees, they both immediately fell down like logs and offered obeisances to their lotus feet. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his personal devotees met Rupa and Haridas. The Lord then sat down in the elevated place with his devotees. Rupa Goswami and Haridas Thakur sat at the foot of an elevated place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting. Although everyone asked them to sit on the same level as the Lord and his associates, they did not do so. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Rupa Goswami to read the verse they had previously heard, Rupa Goswami, because of great shyness, did not read it, but instead remained silent. Then Swarup Damodar Goswami recited the verse, and when all the devotees heard it, their minds were struck with wonder. My dear friend, now I have met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It is very pleasant, but I would still like to go to the bank of the Yamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within the forest of Vrindavan. After hearing this verse, Ramananda Roy and Sarvabhaumacharya said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "Without your special mercy, how could this Rupa Goswami have understood your mind?" Srila Ramananda Roy said that previously Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had empowered his heart so he could express elevated inclusive statements to which even Lord Brahma has no access. Had you not previously bestowed your mercy on him, it would not have been possible for him to express your internal feelings. Devotees acknowledge Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's special mercy upon Rupa Goswami in the following words: Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam. When will Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who is established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? The special function of Srila Rupa Goswami is to establish the feelings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. These feelings are his desires that his special mercy be spread throughout the world in this Kali Yuga. This is repeated so many times. Pritiviteya tattagram nagaradigram sarvata prachar hoibe mornam. The desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that all over the world, everyone in every village and every town know of him and his Sankirtan movement. These are the inner feelings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Rupa Goswami committed to writing all these feelings of the Lord. Now again, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the same feelings are being spread all over the world by the servants of the Goswamis, and devotees who are pure and simple will appreciate this attempt. As concluded by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, however, those who are on the level of hogs and dogs will never appreciate such a great attempt. This does not matter to the preachers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's cult, for all over the world they will continue to perform this responsible work, even though persons who are like cats and dogs do not appreciate them. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear Rupa, please recite that verse from your drama, which upon hearing heard makes all people's unhappiness and lamentation go away." When the Lord persisted, asking again and again, Srila Rupa Goswami recited the verse as follows: Tunde tundavani ratim vitatune tundavali labdaye karna koda kadambini gatayate karna bidubhya spriham chetak prangana sangini vijayate sarvendriyanam kritim no jane janitaki adviramritai krishneti varna dvai. I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krishna have produced. When the holy name of Krishna is chanted, it appears to dance within the mouth. Then we desire many, many mouths. When that name enters the holes of the ears, we desire many millions of ears. And when the holy name dances in the courtyard of the heart, it conquers the activities of the mind. Therefore, all the senses become inert. When all the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially Ramananda Roy, heard this verse, they were filled with transcendental bliss and were struck with wonder. everyone admitted that they had heard so many statements glorifying the holy name of the Lord. They had never heard such sweet descriptions as those of Rupa Goswami. Ramananda Roy inquired, "What kind of drama are you writing?" We can understand that it is a mine of conclusive statements. Sri Damodar replied, he wanted to compose a drama about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. He planned to describe in one book both the pastimes of Vrindavan and those of Dwarka and Mathura. He began in that way, but now, following the order of Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he's divided into two and is writing two plays, one concerning the pastimes of Mathura and Dwarka, and the other concerning the pastimes of Vrindavan. The two plays are called Vidagdha Madhava and Lalita Madhava. Both of them are wonderfully describe ecstatic emotional love of God. Purport: Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur informs us in this connection that Srila Rupa Goswami finished the drama known as Vidagdha Madhava in the year Shakabda 1454. That's 1532 by our counting. And Lalita Madhava in 1559, 1537. The discussion between Ramananda Roy and Srila Rupa at Jagannath Puri took place in 1437, so long before he finished, 20 years ago. Ramananda Roy said, "Please recite the introductory verse of the Vidagdha Madhava so I can hear and examine it." Thus Rupa Goswami, being ordered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, recited the verse. May the pastimes of Lord Krishna reduce the miseries existing in the material world and nullify all unwanted desires. The pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are like shikarini, a blend of yogurt and sugar candy. They overpower the pride of even the nectar produced on the moon, for they distribute the sweet fragrance of the concentrated loving affairs of Srimati Radharani and the gopis. Ramananda Roy said, "Now please recite the description of the glories of your worshipful deity." Rupa Goswami hesitated due to embarrassment because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was present. The Lord, however, encouraged him. "Why are you embarrassed? You should recite it so the devotees can hear the good fruit of your writing." When Rupa Goswami thus recited this verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disapproved of it because it described his personal glories. He expressed the opinion that it was an exaggerated explanation. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in this age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no other incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of conjugal love, devotional service. This is from Vidagdha Madhava. It's also an Adi Leela in two places. In his commentary on Vidagdha Madhava, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks, Mahaprabhu Spuritam Bina Hari Leela Rasasva Dhanana Mahapapater Baba. Without the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one cannot describe the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami said, Vo Yushmakam Hridaya Rupa Guhayam Sachinandano Hari Pakshe Singha Spuratu. May Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is exactly like a lion that kills all the elephants of desire, be awakened within everyone's heart, for by his merciful blessings one can understand the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. All the devotees present were so greatly appreciated this verse that they expressed their gratitude to Srila Rupa Goswami for his transcendental recitation. That verse we hear often also. Anarpita chirim chirat karunayava tirna kalo samarpayitam unot tojvala rasam sabhakti shriyam hari purata sundara duti kadamba sandipati sadadridaya kandare spuratu va sachinandana. Ramananda Roy inquired, how have you introduced the assembly of the players? Rupa replied, the players assemble at a suitable time under the heading of Pravartaka. Excuse me. In the drama, all the actors are called patra, or players. This is stated by Vishwanath Kaviraj in the Sahitya Darpana. The meaning of the Amuka is stated by Rupa Goswami in the Nataka Chandrika. When Ramananda Roy inquired about the arrangement for introducing Simba players, Rupa Goswami replied that when the players first enter the stage, the response to the time, the introduction is technically called Pravartaka. For an example, see verse 136. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that the introduction, which is technically called Amuka, may be one of 5 different kinds, according to the Sahitya Darpana. Introductions may be classified as follows: Udgayataka, Katodgata, Prayodgatishaya, Pravartaka, and Avalagita. These 5 kinds of introduction are called Amuk. Thus, Srila Ramananda Roy asked which of the 5 introductions had been employed, and Srila Rupa Goswami replied that he had used the introduction called Pravartaka. When the entrance of the actors is set in motion by the arrival of a suitable time, the entrance is called Pravartaka. Springtime had arrived, and the full moon of that season inspired the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is complete in everything, with new attraction to meet the beautiful Madhavani at night to increase the beauty of their pastimes. Purport. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur interprets this verse, Vidagdha Madhava, in 2 ways. For Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani, when interpreted for Krishna, the night is understood to have been the dark moon night, and when interpreted for Radharani, it is considered to be the full moon night. Ramananda said, please recite the Prarochana portion so that I may hear and examine it. The Rupa group, I think that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desire to hear is Prarochana. Purport. The method of inducing the audience to become more and more eager to hear by praising the time and place, the hero and the audience, is called Prarochana. This is a statement regarding Prarochana in the Nataka Chandrika. Similarly, in the Sahitya Darpana it says, any literature presented in Sanskrit must follow the rules and regulations mentioned in the authoritative reference books. The technical inquiries by Ramananda Roy and the replies of Srila Rupa Goswami indicate that both of them were expert and fully conversant with the techniques of writing drama. The devotees now present are constantly thinking of the Supreme Lord and are highly advanced. This work, called Vidagdha Madhava, depicts the characteristic pastimes of Lord Krishna with decorations of poetic ornaments, and the inner grounds of the forest of Vrindavan provide a suitable platform for the dancing of Krishna with the gopis. Therefore, I think that the pious activities of persons like us who have tried to advance in devotional service have now attained maturity. That's from the first act of the Vidagdha Madhava. O learned devotees, I am by nature ignorant and low, yet even though it is from me that the Vidagdha Madhava has come, it is filled with descriptions of the transcendental attributes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, will not such a literature bring about the attainment of the highest goal of life? Although its wood may be ignited by a low-class man, fire can be nevertheless purify gold. Similarly, although I am very low by nature, this book may help cleanse the dirt from within the hearts of the golden devotees. It's from the Vidagdha Madhava also. Then Ramananda inquired from Rupa Goswami about the causes of loving affairs between Krishna and the gopis, which is previous attachment, transformations of love, endeavors for love, and exchanges of letters disclosing the gopis' awakening love for Krishna. Rupa Goswami gradually informed Ramananda Roy about everything he asked. Hearing his explanation, all the devotees of Caitanya were struck with wonder. Rupa Goswami has explained Kama Likana in his book Ujjvala Nalamamani. Exchanges of letters between a young boy and a young girl concerning their awakening of attachment for each other are called Kama Leka. Experiencing previous attachment to Krishna, Purva Raga, Srimati Radharani thought, since I have heard the name of Krishna, a person called Krishna, I have practically lost my good sense. Then there is another person who plays his flute in such a way that after I hear the vibration, intense madness arises in my heart. And again there is another person to whom my mind becomes attached when I see his beautiful lightning-like effulgence in his picture. Therefore I think that I am greatly condemned, for I become simultaneously attached to three persons. It would be better for me to die because of this. My dear friend, these palpitations of Srimati Radharani's heart are extremely difficult to cure. Even if one applied some medical treatment, it would only end in defamation. That's spoken by Radharani. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. We don't want to make things too long. Srimat Caitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Rupa Goswami ki jai. All the listeners ki jai.